The mountain walk is quiet today. It's usually quiet, but today it feels eerily quiet, as though something is watching. The snow falls softly around you, laying a silver hush over the world. Your boots crunch in the path up to the Great Library of Glissgarde, and eventually it comes into view. The tall windows glow with a golden light. Icicles hang like crystal teeth from the eaves. The great door creaks open before you, not even giving you a chance to knock. And as you enter the very familiar library that you've been to more times than you can count, you see this huge dragon sleeping on a stone pedestal at the back of the library. And before you even get a chance to speak, it opens its eyes and lifts up its head, and you hear,
"Who dared trespass in my home? You must have a death wish."
Yeah, so, I mean, do you want me to describe Kerr? Should I just go? I don't know.
Go for it.
I wasn't sure whether you wanted me to describe him or not. Yeah, so Kai, as he walks in, is a very, not lithe, he's got a bit of a broadness to him, but he's sort of 5'11", elven man, with sort of pale skin, maybe peach pale skin, sort of raven hair that sort of falls to like the upper back. He's wearing sort of fine red robes, probably with an overcoat on because it's a bit cold.
nippy.
A bit nippy. He's got sort of a bit of like jewelry and finery on him, and sort of flying lazily, maybe it's the best word, next to him is Elliot, who is his familiar. He takes the form of a great-eared nightjar, which are very cool birds, if you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if you're listening, you should look them up. They're very cool.
I could throw a picture up here. This is what it looks like. I gotta remember to edit that in.
Making more work for yourself already.
It's fine.
And he walks in and just sort of looks to Eolroas as he says his spiel, and just sort of sighs and goes, "You know, you don't have to do that every time. I mean, surely you knew that I was approaching, so surely you knew it was me and not some random person trying to steal all of your books."
This, like, huge dragon, like, blinks a few times, and you see it, like, bring its hand?
Yeah,
I don't know, claw, whatever, up to its eye and, like, rub its eye as if it's, like, clearly just woken up from a very long sleep. And you hear it say,
"Oh, my mistake. 1 second."
And he transforms from this absolutely massive beast before you into the humanoid man that you know very well, Eolroas, and kind of brushes himself down and like again rubs his eyes with now his actual hand, and he's like, I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting you. What day is it? And then he like flicks through the book that he's holding, and he's like, opens his eyes really wide, and he's like, wow, the power nap was much longer than anticipated.
Eolroas, how long have you been sleeping?
When was the last time you were here?
I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago?
Then that's how long I've been sleeping. I get tired in my old age, Guy. You Surely, one day you will understand. I have a list, actually, and he, like, flicks again through this, like, this book that he's holding is, like, stupidly, like, thick. It's a thick book.
Is his guy good to approach?
Yeah. He will meet you halfway, probably. And he, like, boom, places this... It's very cool, isn't it? He, like, places his book down on the table and starts flicking through these, like... And when I say flicking, I don't mean, like, page. I mean, like, section, boom, section, boom. And he pulls out this tiny piece of paper with a list on it, and then, like, takes out his glasses and puts his glasses on, and he's like, that's better. Yes,
Don't you dragons have true sight? Why do you need glasses?
I'm old, Kai, I don't know. He, like, looks at this tiny list, and he goes, new books, old magic, forgotten names, Cocoa! Would you like... Yes, would you like a hot chocolate? I've still got some...
I mean, yeah, it's pretty cold. I wouldn't say no.
And he, like, potters over to... oh no, there's a kitchen section, let's say, and you see him, like, fiddling around with this cup and, like, putting, like, heaps of hot chocolate powder into this cup, and he's like...
He knows where it's at.
Yeah, he's like, that's enough. Makes you this hot chocolate. Now, this list that he's given you has some books on it that Eolroas thinks that Kai might be interested in. So he's written the names down on a little piece of paper, and he will have left that on the table, and then he comes back after a minute and pops this giant, very chocolatey hot chocolate down. And he's like, here, warm yourself. It's freezing. I'm used to it, but...
Yes, I'm not.
Elves are a little more... Never mind.
Go on.
No.
No. I insist.
A little more sensitive was the word.
Well, not all of us are... Which kind of dragon is he? Silver?
Yeah.
Well, not all of us are silver dragons with, if I recall correctly from my studies, resistance to the cold.
Well, not all of us are partially blind, even though we have true sight, so I shouldn't really be one to judge, should I?
Do you have, like, an arcane eye doctor?
No, but I should look into that.
Some probably good money there.
I'm going to write that down. And he opens his book again and starts writing things. Arcane eye doctor. Got it. Well, there's... The library's at your disposal, but remember, the one rule, treat the books well.
You know I always do. You don't
I know. Habit. But, I'm going to take a power nap, I think. And he walks back over and there's, like, I imagine there's, like, a chair somewhere around this massive bit, and he just, like, slumps down into this chair and, like, casts a mage hand to, like, bring him a book and be like, I've read this one 17 times. It's always a fun one. Flicks through this book and just sits there reading. And yeah, the library is at your disposal. And he just looks up and goes, you know the drill, call if you need me. Flicks through the book.
Not that you'd hear me. Kai's going to look at this list that's been put on the table for him.
Okay, so there is 3 books on this list. The first one is called The Glossary of the Moon's Lost Names. The second is called A Beginner's Guide to Scrying Without Mirrors. And the third is The Locks and Seals of the Ancients.
I'll write that down. Cool. He's gonna look up to Eolroas, like holding the list in his hand. Why did you think these were interesting for me, if I might ask?
Studies. I'm always one that believes that knowledge is the greatest power there is, and you never know what it is you'll need to know. So...
God, you dragons and your riddles. Are they in this library, or do I have to find them?
No, they are here. I just don't recall exactly where. I did have everything in alphabetical order, but then
Like 100 years ago.
Yes, I had a slip up, and now they're kind of where they want to be. I do know where one of them is. However, it's in the upstairs section, so you'd have to just have a look around. Obviously, they're just ones I thought. If there's any more that you want, feel free to take them, because I know you'll bring them back. But yes, just help yourself.
Kai is going to look around the library, just browsing, I think, more than anything today.
Yeah.
Probably he's gonna be looking around just for whatever he can find, while Elliot is going to be looking for the actual books that are on the list.
Cool. Is there anything specific that Kai is keeping his eye out for, books-wise?
I think recently he's been reading a lot of like arcane manuals and stuff. So he's looking for something a little more lighthearted and funny.
Okay. So there's like a whole section of like plays that have been written by bards and things. And you managed to find a few I don't know what they're called, the short plays.
Like I don't know.
Sort of like
but that's a short book.
Yeah, sort of like an anthology of funny stories. So like a book with a bunch of small stories in it. And you also find a joke book.
How big's the joke book?
Pocket-sized.
Perfect. I'm gonna put it in my back pocket just to have ready.
Yeah.
That'll entertain someone, probably myself. And they'll
I
just
will
like
say the joke book, the date that it was written.
Oh no, it's a Shakespearean joke book.
No, it's about 100 years ago, which obviously you, the player, knows.
No, I have no idea.
You, the player, knows that was around the time of the last campaign, which listeners haven't got access to, so sorry. But there would maybe be a few jokes in there that are a little bit like.
Oh god.
Old-fashioned. Yeah, old-fashioned jokes. So maybe, yeah, at some point you can have a read through that, and I can give you some cracking jokes.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Yeah, so brain Blivinek Elliot. God, I couldn't remember his name. I keep wanting to call him like Ellis or something. Elliot manages to find the glossary of the moon's lost names and a beginner's guide to scrying without mirrors. The first one, the glossary, when you hold it, it has a very faint warmth to it, and it sort of hums softly. It doesn't make a sound, but it feels like it's got that, like a current running through it. And it's definitely a magical book. And the other one, the front cover is a mirror.
Doesn't make sense.
Exactly. But yeah, he doesn't manage to find the locks and seals of the ancients.
Eolroas, are you sure this book's here?
Yes, it might be upstairs. And he reaches into multiple pockets around him, and then he's and then reaches down his shirt and takes off his necklace that is like a key, and he hands it to you, and he's like, just be careful because the books up there can be vicious sometimes.
You should do some cleaning.
I know, but they scare me a little bit.
You're a dragon, Eolroas.
Yes, but these books are older than even I am. And that's old.
Yes, but yes, but I'm...
I don't like how quickly you agreed.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm being a timid elf. He'll take the key, and say, well, let me see if I can find it. I found the other two. This scrying book is... stupid.
Yes, I thought it might make you chuckle. But there are some good tips in there, so take it with you if you want to.
Mm-hmm. Might need a bigger satchel at some point. And he's gonna put the books into his satchel, including the anthology of short stories.
Cool.
And Elliot will land on his shoulder, and he'll head up the stairs to the restricted section of the library.
Okay. So you come from this direction.
Cool.
The restricted section is through this door. And yeah, you slot the key in, and as you enter, the books don't seem to be bothered by your presence. Whereas if Eolroas was to come up here, they might have a different method. But no, they seem quite, chill with you being here. They're like, yeah, okay, he's just looking for books. Maybe some of us can get out of here, kind of thing. But they do feel much more alive than the book section downstairs. So a lot of these books are enchanted, and that's why they're kept behind lock and key. But yeah.
So I'm looking for the lock and seals of the ancients. So he's just gonna have a nosy round. Is it in any order, or is it just stupid? Everything's everywhere, all at once.
They are kind of just scattered around. But after a little bit of time, let me find the thing. Hold on. This is why I have it at the side. There we go. After a little bit of time, Eolroas' cat pops out from behind one of the books. His name is Bandit. And kind of looks you up and down.
If that door was locked, how long has the cat been in here? When does it look like this cat ate lost?
Well, Kai would know that this cat isn't a normal cat. It's what can most closely be described as a blink cat.
Okay.
So it goes where it pleases. And for some reason it's chosen to be in this room. And this cat, unlike Eolroas, knows where the books are. So when you say the locks and seals of the ancients, the cat jumps up on one of the shelves and starts letting out this. It's not even a purr, it's like a kind of noise.
I just look to the cat and say, you should be the one running this library, probably.
The cat nods.
He understands. He'll get up on his tiptoes and reach for the book.
Cool. As you take this book down, it's heavy. It's a heavy book. And on the front of it is this intricate golden seal. But you don't see a keyhole.
Can I recognize? Do I recognize the seal? Can I see if I?
You can make an Arcana check or history.
They are the same roll, but this will determine the fate of the character, depending on my roll here. 10.
10.
Oh, they're totally average.
You don't recognize the emblem that is on the seal. The dog has now decided to get zoomies, so I don't know if my mic's picking that up.
It's only very muffled. You can't really
hear it. Yeah, you don't recognize the emblem on the seal. However, you do recognize the engineering, if you will. I can't remember what the right word is. This is a dwarven-made lock. And it is definitely magical in some sense. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's another joke from Eolroas, but it's a book about locks and seals of the ancients, and it's locked.
Well, I found the book. I don't have a way to unlock this. So, I guess back down it is. He's gonna give the cat a pat before he goes back downstairs.
Cat is very grateful.
and
And you do get a purr.
he just looks at the cat, he's paying it. Stay away from Elliot.
Cat nods.
Good. And he will turn around with the book in hand and start to head back down.
Cool. As you reach the door and open it, out of the corner of your eye, you see something I can only describe as like a shadow figure that zips across the hallway in this direction.
The opposite way to where I should be going.
Yep.
Can I have made out anything about it, or was it just like seeing a weird shadow?
You can make perception or arcana. I'll allow it because you would have got a glimpse of the like shadowy figure.
18.
18. That's good.
He does like you're like a what the fuck?
What do you think that Kai's experience / opinion on spirits and apparitions would be?
I mean, it's a fantasy world. They exist. I don't know if he's interacted with them very much. He's probably read about them a little bit.
So this...
Yeah, I don't think he has any preconceived notions about them.
Yeah. So this would be what could be described, if you will, in Kai's knowledge and what he's read, it is called an echo.
Mm.
And it is essentially remnants of something that is... It's almost like a... You know how Wisp will lead people? It's almost got the same kind of purpose. Echoes will lead people to things.
Is there anything that he would have read about what they usually lead to? Do they lead you to your doom? Or...
No, it's not usually malicious. Sometimes it's a cry for help. So an echo will lead a person that can see them to the answers about their death. Another thing that that you may have read about echoes is that they will lead you to something you are looking for.
Okay, well, Kai will sort of... I mean, it's technically not the... Oh, wait, is this using the spell? Hold on. He's gonna just hold... I don't know if you're allowed me to do this. Just hold a firebolt in his hand, to, like, as a light.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't let Eolroas find out.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's also a defensive measure, just in case.
Yeah.
But, just holding it in his hand, as he will say... He will look back into the room where the cat is, and just, like, do, like, a shh. And he'll walk towards... Yeah, walk towards where the echo went.
Okay, so you see, in front of you, you've been in this library more times than you can count. Like, you'd know it. I'd say Kai would know this place like the back of his hand. This hallway is a dead end. And yet, what Kai is looking at is a door where there wasn't a door before. And this echo is standing in front of the door. Almost as if it's waiting.
Okay. Are these, like, candles actually on the map?
Yes.
Okay. He will snuff out the firebolt. And sort of very cautiously start to walk forward, but will, like, you know, look at the door, like maybe investigate it as he's walking towards it, just to... Actually, no, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic. I'll use a spell. I'll cast Detect Magic to sense any magic in the area for the next 10 minutes.
Okay. Hang on. I need to figure out what school it is.
Illusion.
Mhm. So you get from the echo, you get would it be necromancy?
I
don't
mean,
know.
usually with something like that, it's either necromancy or conjuration. Or I mean, or if it doesn't have like a specific type, you can just say general magic around it. I do that all the time.
It's almost like a mix of all of the schools, but it's like an echo, literally. It's like the left behind remnants of magic. But from the door you get conjuration.
Kana's going to look at the door. And will just think to himself for probably a good minute. Like, looking back towards where he came from, looking towards the door. I probably shouldn't do this.
With one hand, the echo reaches, like, very slowly as to not like, frighten is probably the wrong word, but not to alert Kai, alarm Kai. Like, slowly turns the knob on one of the doors and pushes it open, and the other hand extends out to Kai as if to say, like, take my hand.
Do you trust me?
Yeah. Come with me if you want to live.
You know, that I feel like you're doing this to be reassuring, but it's I don't know if it's working. But he will, probably against his better judgment, walk towards the door. He's not going to take the hand of the thing.
That's fine. I will say, well, I should ask this first. How much control am I allowed over Elliot?
Absolutely nothing. No, I'm kidding. I mean, like, I would say Kai has a decent amount of control over him when he wants to, but Elliot, Kai knows, is a lazy piece of shit most of the time. So
he has a mind of his own, i.e. me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I will say...
But he's a lazy bird.
Yeah. Elliot, seeing the outstretched hand, birds are very aware, especially semi-trained birds, that, like, an outstretched hand is, like, a good place to sit. And so when this thing outstretches its hand, you see Elliot with no fear at all, and I don't know why, but I imagine Elliot's maybe sometimes a little bit like, I'm not going in there. Like, flies over and lands on this thing's hand, and then turns to look at you, as if to say, like, come on, let's go see what this is about.
The worst. I tried to train you, but never. All right.
I imagine because when they, I forgot what the fucking bird's called.
Elliot.
No, the species.
Oh, a great-eared nightjar, or just a nightjar, I guess.
So when nightjars open their mouths, they look like way bigger than normal.
Yeah.
And I imagine he opens his mouth and lets out like a squawk, like, sound to that comment, as if to say, like, yeah, whatever.
Guy just shakes his head. And we'll walk up.
Okay. So as you approach this door, this Elliot will fly back to Kai as this echo turns and walks through the door, and the door stays open. Now, the door frame itself has these, like, faded runes carved into it, and if Kai touches Sylvan.
I actually do understand Sylvan.
Okay.
Tell me exactly what it says in like detail.
It wouldn't be a phrase. It would be words. And the words would be things like I don't want to say enter because that just looks like it's a fucking door that says enter, but it's like explore and yearn, like words along the door, like runes that basically mean like it's basically screaming like come on in. But I don't know, I'm not got words written down for it, but it has these like faded, so some of them you can read, maybe it pieces together and makes like a sentence, but because some of them are so faded you can't get it straight away. The door frame itself is like cool, which isn't surprising because you are in the middle of like a snowy library, but it's got this like on one side it's cool, and then if you were to like, you know when you like hold a door frame when you walk through it,
Yeah.
on the inside it's got this like warmth to it, so it's very jarring to go from like cool to warm on the other side of the door. And as soon as you step through the door, you are hit with the smell of like moss and wildflowers.
Kyle
and,
just say as he's walking through the door, I know it's Faye, so it's probably really stupid, but he sort of shrugs and then just then walks through.
Okay. So as you step through, you're kind of shifted. Like, you know in Doctor Strange when they like push the souls out of the body? It's almost like an immediate shift in placement, and you feel yourself like pulled into this world, literally. And the whole world around you shifts. The library like falls away around you, and you're standing at the edge of this very vibrant and very strange path. There are these like giant mushrooms with doors and windows on them, and upon closer inspection you can see these tiny myconoids like peeking out from the windows. It's a very strange place, and there is like a very clear pathway, and when you look along this pathway, at the top of it, like at the end of it, you see this giant stone circular building like a coliseum, and you can hear 3 voices that all sound a little bit confused. What are you doing?
Writing this down. He will sort of turn around to look where the door was. I assume it's gone.
Yeah, not there.
Yeah. Well, that was probably not the smartest thing I've ever done. Alright. He looks at Elliot and just says, I blame you for this.
He does that like open mouth squawk thing again.
And
I don't know the noise that they make, so I don't want to.
No, I don't know. I might be looking up after this. But he will begin slowly to walk up towards that Colosseum thing with the voices.
Cool. As you're walking up this path, these little myconoids that are peeking out, they kind of like, as soon as you get close to one of the houses, when they're looking through the windows, they duck down so that they're out of sight. They all seem a little bit like, what is going on? And as you follow this path up, you get close to this circular building and you see that there is like an open doorway. Does Kai go in?
What can he hear coming from the inside?
You would hear 2 voices, kind of having a confused conversation, maybe something along the lines of like, what's this about? I don't know what's going on, kind of thing. And then another voice, which is much more confident, I will say, that's like, don't worry, all will be revealed shortly, kind of thing.
Right. he will. Yeah, he will step in, but will again be very much like, this was definitely a mistake. I probably shouldn't have done this.
Okay. So this is the doorway. As soon
Which
as
one?
you, sorry, the one where the gnome
Oh,
is.
yeah.
As soon as you step in, you see this very frazzled looking gnome, with ink stained fingers and like frizzy hair, and she looks up from like whatever she's writing with this like beaming smile, and she's like, "Oh, hello, another one. Well, don't just stand there. Help yourself to refreshments. Help yourself to a seat. You should have." And as she says that, oh god, it's dog. As she says that, I assume that Kai has pockets.
Yeah.
So you feel a weight in your pocket that wasn't there like a second ago.
Philosopher's Stone. He's gonna sort of keep looking at this. No, I'm not gonna break eye contact.
Yeah.
Go into his pocket to like feel for what's in it before he takes it out.
So you reach into your pocket and you feel a token, like a circular wooden token in your pocket.
He will sort of take it out of his pocket and just say, "Listen, what is this?" I was gonna say,
Don't
what is this
worry.
place? But no, what is this?
Don't worry, honestly.
I am worrying a little bit.
I'm so sorry. I'm just here to check people in. That should have a number on it.
He like flips it over.
There is a number 3 carved into this wooden token.
Like
Yes.
folds it up.
You must be Kai.
I am.
Perfect. So
And before I sit down and listen, I've read about the Fae. I'm not going to trust everything you say at face value. What is your name?
Poppy. And she like holds out a hand and then looks at her hand, realizes it's covered in ink, is like probably not the best. I don't want to get ink all over you. But yes, I'm Poppy.
Alright,
I just work here.
He's gonna look at the other 2 people in the room that I don't recognize at all.
Yeah. So you see a woman with like a dark black bob haircut, and she is wearing lots of Asmarian jewelry. And she has this like leopard. It's like the pelt, but like the head of a leopard as a hat. And she looks so confused, but also a little bit excited. And across the table, you see a human with a mess of like red hair that's all been like put up into a bun on the top of their head. And they're wearing this like red cardigan and sort of like idly fiddling with their lute, like maybe tuning it or something, and looking around like confused, like just as confused as Kai is. And when they both see you, they give you a very awkward sort of wave as if to say like, do you know what's going on?
I will shrug. And he will step past Poppy, sort of like over to here, and just say, there isn't a way out of this, is there?
They both kind of like shrug.
Turns out Poppy asked the same question.
She's like, no, don't worry, it'll be like 10 minutes and then you're free to go. Just a couple of things that somebody wants to go over. I can't say more though, because I literally can't say more. Don't worry though. I promise it'll be fine.
If you're being held here against your will, you can blink 3 times.
I'm not. I love my job. My job is literally the coolest. Apart from the pen. I hate this pen. It always leaks.
You could probably buy a new pen.
Yeah, probably. And I think we'll leave it there.